Let me tell you something about strength. Strength isn't about how much you can lift, how many battles you can win, or how tough you look on the outside. Strength is forged in the fire of hardship. It's built, little by little, when life tests you, when you've got no one but yourself to lean on, and when the world seems to say, "You're on your own now." I know this isn't the kind of story we always want to hear, but it's the truth that builds greatness. True strength is built through hardship. It isn't born in comfort, nor does it come from ease or luxury. Real strength arises from the trials that test us, from the moments that push us to our limits and make us question how much more we can endure. Hardship, in its rawest form, acts like a furnace, heating and molding us, stripping away our defenses, and leaving only what is real, resilient, and unbreakable. When life hands us challenges, it's easy to feel defeated or think we're weaker for struggling. But these struggles are what ultimately shape us. Each difficult experience adds another layer to our foundation, making us tougher, more adaptable, and able to stand firm no matter what storms arise. When we face hardship, we learn what it means to dig deep, to call on reserves of strength we never knew we had. Hardship forces us to confront our fears, doubts, and insecurities head on. In those moments, we realize that strength isn't always loud or visible. It's not about how you look when life is going well, it's about how you hold up when everything around you seems to be falling apart. The ability to remain grounded, to keep moving forward, and to carry on, even when it feels impossible, that is strength, born and bred in the crucible of adversity. Hardship teaches us lessons we can't learn any other way. It reveals the depth of our character, showing us what truly matters and who we really are beneath the surface. There is a certain humility and wisdom that only comes through struggle. When we're stripped of comfort and certainty, we're forced to examine ourselves at our core. We start to understand what we can live without and what we can't, what we're willing to fight for and what we can let go of. In this way, hardship becomes a teacher, shaping us into people who can survive and thrive in any situation. Hardship teaches us empathy and compassion. When you've walked through your own battles, you learn to recognize and respect the battles others are facing. Strength built through hardship isn't just about personal resilience, it's also about learning to lift others up, knowing firsthand what it feels like to be down. There's a solidarity that comes with hardship, a bond between those who have faced their own struggles. You understand that life isn't always fair, that sometimes people suffer for reasons beyond their control, and you grow a heart that reaches out to help, to comfort, and to support. This kind of strength also requires patience and persistence. Hardship doesn't end in a day, and the strength that comes from it isn't instant. We live in a world that celebrates instant success and immediate gratification, but real growth takes time. When you're going through hardship, it can feel like it will never end. But by persevering, by taking each day one step at a time, you gradually emerge stronger and more resilient. This process of slow, steady growth is essential to building the kind of strength that can weather anything. Strength built through hardship doesn't rely on anyone else. It's not dependent on the approval, support, or recognition of others. When you face difficult times on your own, you learn to rely on yourself in a way that is unshakable. This isn't to say you don't need people or that relationships aren't valuable, but there is a unique strength that comes from knowing that you can stand alone if you need to. It's a quiet confidence, a belief in yourself that doesn't waver, even if no one else is by your side. In hardship, we also learn flexibility and adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan, and the challenges we face often force us to adapt, to let go of the rigid ideas we had about how things should be. Strength isn't about clinging to one path or one way of doing things, it's about bending without breaking, about finding new ways forward when the old paths are blocked. Hardship teaches us that sometimes the only way to survive is to change, to reinvent ourselves, to find strength in the unfamiliar. Hardship also breeds gratitude. When you face the darkness, the simple joys of life become so much brighter. You start to appreciate the small victories, the moments of peace, the people who stick by you. Strength isn't just about enduring the hard times, it's also about finding light even in the smallest things, learning to celebrate each step forward. When you face loss, you value what you have more deeply. The strength that comes from hardship isn't hardened or bitter, it's softened by gratitude, by an appreciation for life's blessings, however small. Overcoming hardship also gives us purpose. Once we've gone through the fire and come out stronger, we often feel a calling to use our strength to make a difference. Strength built through hardship doesn't stay idle. It wants to reach out, to support, to uplift. There is a profound sense of purpose that grows from overcoming difficult times. It's not just about surviving, it's about using your strength to make the world a little better, to ease the burden for others, to give back what life's challenges have taught you. True strength isn't always obvious. It doesn't need to shout or seek validation. It's a quiet, enduring presence that knows its own worth, built up day by day, moment by moment, through every hardship faced and every challenge overcome. Healing is essential to strength. Strength without healing is like building a house on a cracked foundation. It might look solid from the outside, but eventually those unaddressed wounds begin to show. When we endure hardship, pain, or loss, there's an impact that lingers within us. These experiences can weaken our resolve and make us feel vulnerable. It's only through true healing that we can mend those inner fractures and build a resilient strength that isn't just surface deep. Healing restores our sense of self, clears our vision, and gives us the ability to move forward without the weight of yesterday dragging us down. Healing is a process, not an event, and it requires patience. It's not about quickly patching up wounds or suppressing emotions to appear strong. Healing demands time and the willingness to feel, to confront what's uncomfortable, and to process what happened. Some days it may feel as though you're making no progress at all, and other days a flood of emotions might come out of nowhere. But through this process, you're gradually releasing the pain that would otherwise stay lodged within you, impacting your decisions, relationships, and sense of peace. The patience involved in healing is one of its greatest strengths, for it teaches us to respect our own journey and honor the time we need to truly recover. Another critical aspect of healing is acceptance. Part of healing is coming to terms with the reality of what has happened. Acceptance isn't about condoning or forgetting, it's about recognizing that the past cannot be changed and choosing to make peace with that fact. When we resist or deny the pain, it doesn't go away, it just lies dormant, affecting us in ways we may not realize. Acceptance allows us to acknowledge our pain without letting it control us. By accepting our experiences, we free ourselves from the grip of regret, resentment, and anger that can keep us trapped in the past. Healing also involves forgiving not only others, but also ourselves. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as a sign of weakness, but it's actually a profound source of strength. It takes courage to let go of grudges and to release the grip that resentment can have over our hearts. Forgiveness doesn't excuse wrongs or erase pain, it simply allows us to move forward without the weight of bitterness dragging us down. Self-forgiveness is equally important, as it lets us release feelings of guilt, shame, or regret. When we forgive, we create space within ourselves for growth and inner peace, paving the way for true strength to flourish. Through healing, we reconnect with ourselves in a way that goes beyond superficial strength. Hardship can make us feel disconnected from who we once were, leaving us questioning our worth, values, and identity. Healing allows us to rediscover ourselves, to understand who we are after everything we've been through. It's in this process that we start to see our true resilience and inner strength. We learn that our worth isn't tied to external validation or the opinions of others, but rooted in our ability to find peace within ourselves. This renewed connection with our core self is essential to building an authentic and lasting strength. Healing also brings clarity. When we're caught in the grip of pain, it can be difficult to see anything clearly, let alone our path forward. Healing lifts the fog of emotional turmoil, allowing us to view our experiences with a sense of perspective. We start to understand what we want for our future and what we're willing to leave behind. Healing helps us see that strength isn't about holding on to everything and everyone sometimes. It's about letting go. This clarity enables us to make decisions rooted in our true desires and values, unburdened by unresolved pain or unhealed wounds. The process of healing teaches us the power of vulnerability. Society often equates strength with being unbreakable, but real strength involves the courage to be vulnerable, to open up, and to ask for help when needed. Healing allows us to embrace our humanity, to recognize that there's no shame in feeling pain or asking for support. It's through vulnerability that we connect deeply with others, find empathy, and experience the compassion that strengthens us from within. When we heal, we understand that vulnerability isn't weakness, but a pathway to authentic relationships and a resilient heart. Healing also cultivates resilience. When we allow ourselves to heal fully, we're better equipped to handle future hardships. We no longer carry unhealed wounds that make us more susceptible to new challenges. Instead, we become resilient, able to face new difficulties with a sense of inner peace and stability. Healing reinforces the understanding that, although life may knock us down, we have the capacity to recover and grow stronger each time. This resilience becomes an integral part of our character, an inner reserve of strength that carries us through future storms. Healing is deeply connected to self-love and self-care. When we prioritize healing, we send ourselves a message that we are worth the time and effort it takes to become whole again. Through self-care practices, whether they involve reflection, therapy, or simply moments of rest, we create an environment that nurtures our well-being. This commitment to our own healing reinforces our strength, as it reminds us that our value isn't tied to productivity or perfection, but to our own peace and wholeness. Taking the time to heal is one of the most profound ways we can show ourselves love. Healing transforms pain into wisdom. Through the process of healing, we gain insights that only come from overcoming adversity. We learn about ourselves, about others, and about life in ways that no textbook or advice could ever teach. This wisdom becomes a part of us, guiding our actions, decisions, and relationships. It makes us stronger, not in a hardened or defensive way, but in a gentle and assured way that can only come from experience. Healing allows us to take what was once painful and turn it into a source of strength and understanding, creating a foundation for a life built on resilience, compassion, and inner peace. Resilience is key. It's the inner force that pushes us to keep going when everything around us suggests we should give up. Resilience isn't just about surviving difficult times, it's about coming out of them stronger, wiser, and more grounded than before. Life throws unexpected challenges our way, often without warning or mercy. Resilience is what gives us the ability to withstand these challenges and emerge on the other side. It's an essential quality, not just for survival, but for growth. Without resilience, every setback, every disappointment, and every hardship would have the power to stop us in our tracks. But with resilience, we're able to find purpose even in pain. Building resilience doesn't happen overnight. It's a process forged in the small moments of persistence when we push through discomfort and overcome obstacles. Each time we face adversity and refuse to back down, we're cultivating resilience. It's strengthened through experience, through each difficult situation that we overcome, and through every time we choose to keep going despite the odds. Resilience is built brick by brick as we learn to face and adapt to life's challenges. Over time, these experiences become like armor, not hardening us in a way that makes us unreachable, but protecting us with a quiet confidence that no matter what comes, we will find a way through it. Resilience is deeply tied to adaptability. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and things rarely turn out exactly as we hope. Resilience allows us to be flexible, to adjust our expectations, and to shift our approach when needed. Instead of clinging rigidly to one path, resilience teaches us that sometimes the best course of action is to adapt, to take a new path, or to find another way to achieve our goals. This adaptability doesn't mean giving up on our dreams, it means being willing to adjust and evolve in response to the world around us. The resilient person understands that setbacks aren't dead ends, they're simply detours on the journey. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is the ability to find meaning in adversity. Resilient people don't view hardship as meaningless suffering. Instead, they look for the lessons, the growth, and the wisdom that can come from facing difficulties. This mindset doesn't minimize the pain of challenges, but it does add a layer of purpose to it. By finding meaning in adversity, resilient people are able to transform negative experiences into valuable insights. They learn to see the bigger picture and understand that even the darkest moments can have something to teach us, shaping us into stronger, more compassionate individuals. Resilience also provides emotional stability. Life's ups and downs can be overwhelming, and without resilience, it's easy to get lost in the turmoil of emotions that accompany hardship. Resilience acts as an anchor, grounding us and helping us to remain steady even when things feel chaotic. It doesn't mean we don't feel pain, sadness, or frustration. It means that we have the ability to navigate these emotions without being completely overwhelmed by them. Resilience gives us the capacity to process our feelings, to let them pass, and to continue moving forward without being held captive by them. Another component of resilience is self-belief. When we're resilient, we trust in our own ability to handle whatever life throws at us. This confidence doesn't come from a place of arrogance. It comes from knowing ourselves and recognizing our own strength. Each time we face and overcome a challenge, our self-belief grows a little stronger. We start to realize that we're capable of more than we thought, and this understanding fuels our resilience even further. This self-belief becomes a foundation that we can rely on, a reminder that no matter what happens, we have the inner resources to deal with it. Resilience is also about endurance, the ability to keep going, even when the journey feels long and exhausting. There are times when life's challenges seem relentless, and it can be tempting to give up. But resilience is what keeps us moving forward, one step at a time, even when progress feels slow or difficult. This endurance isn't about ignoring the struggle, it's about acknowledging it and choosing to persevere anyway. Resilient people know that sometimes just getting through the day is an accomplishment, and they understand that even small steps forward are valuable. Community and connection play an important role in resilience. Resilient people know that they don't have to face everything alone. They recognize the importance of seeking support from others, whether it's friends, family, or mentors. This support network provides encouragement, perspective, and strength, reminding us that we're not alone in our struggles. Resilience isn't about solitary endurance, it's about finding strength in connection, in the shared human experience of facing challenges. This sense of community gives us the courage to keep going, knowing that we're supported and understood by those around us. Resilience also teaches us gratitude. When we go through difficult times and come out the other side, we gain a new appreciation for the small blessings in life. Resilience doesn't make us immune to hardship, but it does give us a perspective that allows us to see beauty even amidst struggle. We start to value moments of peace, the kindness of others, and the simple joys that we might have taken for granted before. Gratitude becomes a part of resilience, giving us the ability to find light even in dark times, and helping us to stay positive and hopeful even when things are tough. Resilience is a journey, not a destination. It's a quality that we continue to build throughout our lives, shaped by every challenge we face and every hardship we overcome. Resilience doesn't mean we'll never struggle or feel defeated. It means that we have the ability to rise each time we fall. It's a process of continual growth, a lifelong practice of learning to adapt, endure, and find meaning. With each experience, resilience becomes a little stronger, a little deeper, providing us with the strength to face whatever life has in store. Embrace your strength unapologetically. Strength isn't something you need to hide or downplay for the comfort of others. Too often, society expects us to soften our power, to be humble to a fault, or to pretend that our resilience isn't as formidable as it truly is. But embracing your strength means honoring it, owning it, and letting it shine without apology. It's about recognizing that your experiences, your endurance, and your wisdom have molded you into someone capable and unbreakable. When you embrace your strength, You allow yourself to step fully into who you are without holding back. Strength, however, is not just about physical power or external accomplishments. True strength is something deeply internal, a quiet yet fierce resolve that guides you through life's trials and tribulations. It's the ability to withstand storms, to adapt to change, and to remain anchored when everything else feels uncertain. Embracing this strength is about knowing that what's within you is enough, that you have the capacity to face challenges and rise above them. It's an understanding that your resilience isn't something you need to hide or make small. It's something to embrace with pride and without hesitation. Owning your strength unapologetically means refusing to diminish yourself for others' comfort. Often people might feel intimidated or insecure around someone who's fully grounded in their strength. But this isn't a reason to dim your light. Your strength is a testament to your journey, to the battles you fought, and the growth you've achieved. By embracing it fully, you're not only being true to yourself, you're inspiring others to find their own strength as well. You're showing them that it's possible to be powerful and kind, strong and compassionate, resilient and open-hearted. There's a certain confidence that comes with embracing your strength. It's not arrogance, it's a calm assurance that you don't have to prove anything to anyone. When you know your worth and recognize your capabilities, you're no longer swayed by others' opinions or judgments. This confidence doesn't mean you won't face doubts or insecurities, but it gives you the stability to remain grounded even in the face of uncertainty. Embracing your strength allows you to stand tall, to walk into any room with your head held high, knowing that you bring value simply by being yourself. Embracing your strength unapologetically also involves acknowledging the struggles that made you strong. Often, society celebrates resilience without recognizing the pain, sacrifice, or hardship that built it. But true strength is born from challenges. It's forged in moments when you had every reason to give up, yet chose to persevere. Embracing your strength means honoring the difficult parts of your journey, understanding that without them, you wouldn't be the person you are today. It's about giving yourself credit for the courage it took to keep going, even when the road was rough. Embracing your strength unapologetically requires self-compassion. Sometimes we are our own harshest critics, downplaying our achievements or focusing only on our perceived shortcomings. But to fully embrace your strength, you need to practice kindness toward yourself. Recognize that you've come a long way, that you've faced challenges many might not understand, and that you're still standing. Self-compassion allows you to see yourself with the same admiration you'd have for someone else who's overcome similar obstacles. It's about giving yourself the grace to acknowledge your strength without dismissing it. When you embrace your strength, you also empower others. By owning your resilience and showing up fully, you encourage those around you to do the same. Strength is contagious when people see you standing firm in your power. They're inspired to discover their own. This doesn't mean imposing your strength on others, but rather being an example of what's possible. You become a source of encouragement and motivation simply by being true to yourself. Embracing your strength is, in a way, a gift to those around you, a reminder that they too have the power to overcome, to grow, and to thrive. Embracing your strength unapologetically also means setting boundaries. When you know your worth and value your resilience, you become less willing to tolerate things that don't honor that strength. Setting boundaries is a way of protecting your energy, ensuring that you're surrounded by people and situations that respect and support your journey. It's not about shutting people out, it's about choosing what's best for your well-being. By setting boundaries, you're reinforcing that your strength deserves respect and that you're committed to nurturing it without compromise. To embrace your strength unapologetically is also to embrace your imperfections. True strength isn't about being flawless or unbreakable, it's about being real, being vulnerable, and accepting yourself as you are. When you embrace your whole self, including the parts that may feel fragile or uncertain, you're showing a level of courage that few can match. Strength isn't about hiding weaknesses, but about acknowledging them and choosing to move forward anyway. This kind of authenticity is the hallmark of genuine strength, the kind that doesn't waver in the face of judgment or comparison. Embracing your strength unapologetically is an act of self-liberation. It frees you from the need to conform, to seek approval, or to minimize yourself to fit others' expectations. When you fully embrace your strength, you allow yourself to live authentically, without fear of rejection or misunderstanding. It's a choice to be whole, to take up space, and to honor the journey that's brought you to where you are. By embracing your strength, you create a life that reflects your true self, one that's resilient, powerful, and unapologetically you. Hardship is a teacher, often the most profound and relentless one we will ever encounter. Unlike traditional teachers, it doesn't deliver its lessons in a neat, digestible format. Instead, it throws us into situations that challenge every part of our being. Hardship pushes us to our limits, tests our patience, and forces us to dig deep within ourselves to find answers. It isn't kind or gentle, it's raw, unfiltered, and relentless. Yet, within its demanding nature lies wisdom and growth that cannot be found in any other way. Hardship strips away the superficial, leaving only the core of who we are, revealing strengths we didn't know we had and lessons we wouldn't have learned otherwise. The lessons hardship teaches are not ones that can be learned from books or lectures. They are experiential, carved into us through struggle and perseverance. Hardship forces us to confront our fears and insecurities, bringing them to the surface where we can no longer ignore them. In this way, hardship becomes a mirror, reflecting back to us our vulnerabilities, our doubts, and our limitations. It challenges us to either face these aspects of ourselves or remain stuck. And through this confrontation, we gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what we're capable of enduring. Hardship also teaches resilience, perhaps one of the most valuable qualities a person can possess. When we go through difficult times, we are forced to adapt, to find new ways of thinking and approaching problems. This process of adaptation strengthens us, making us more flexible and resourceful. Resilience is not something we're born with, it's something we learn and develop through experience. Hardship, as challenging as it may be, is one of the most effective ways to build resilience, teaching us that we have the capacity to withstand adversity and emerge from it with newfound strength. Patience is another lesson hardship imparts. In our fast-paced world, we're conditioned to seek immediate results and instant gratification. But hardship doesn't operate on our timelines. It forces us to slow down, to wait, and to trust in the process. Through hardship, we learn that not everything can be controlled or solved right away, and that sometimes the best course of action is to simply endure. Patience is a quiet strength, a form of trust that things will eventually change, and hardship teaches us this by making us wait, sometimes longer than we think we can bear. Hardship also reveals what truly matters in life. When we're stripped of comfort, security, or stability, we're left with only the essentials. Hardship has a way of clarifying our priorities, showing us what is worth holding on to and what is not. It forces us to reevaluate our values, to question what we've been chasing and why. In the midst of struggle, we come to realize that many of the things we thought were important may not be as meaningful as we once believed. This newfound clarity allows us to refocus our lives on what truly matters, giving us a sense of purpose and direction that is grounded in authenticity. Another invaluable lesson that hardship teaches is empathy. When we suffer, we gain insight into the pain of others, understanding in a way that only experience can provide. Hardship softens us, making us more compassionate and less quick to judge. We become more aware of the struggles that others might be facing, even if they don't show it outwardly. This empathy doesn't just make us kinder to others, it also fosters a deeper connection with the people around us. Hardship reminds us that we're all human, all vulnerable, and all in need of understanding and support. Humility is a lesson that hardship delivers with undeniable clarity. When we're brought to our knees by life's challenges, we're reminded of our limitations. Hardship humbles us, showing us that we're not invincible and that there are forces beyond our control. This humility isn't about diminishing our worth, it's about recognizing that we are part of something larger than ourselves. It grounds us, helping us to let go of ego and pride. Through hardship, we come to appreciate the simple things in life, the small victories, and the quiet moments of peace that we might have overlooked in times of ease. Hardship also teaches us the value of gratitude. When we endure difficult times, we become more appreciative of the good moments and the people who support us. Gratitude grows in the soil of struggle, and as we weather the storms of life, we learn to cherish the calm days even more. Hardship sharpens our awareness of life's blessings, reminding us to be thankful for what we have. This gratitude becomes a source of strength, a reminder that even in the darkest times, there is something to hold on to, something to be thankful for, even if it's just the resilience to keep going. Perspective is another gift that hardship provides. When we face difficult situations, we're forced to look at life from a different angle, to see things we might have missed in times of ease. Hardship expands our worldview, making us more understanding of others' struggles and more open-minded in our approach to life. This perspective allows us to see beyond our immediate pain, to recognize the bigger picture, and to understand that our struggles, while difficult, are part of a larger journey. Hardship helps us see life with greater clarity, with a depth that only comes from experience. Hardship teaches us self-reliance. When we're pushed to our limits, we discover a strength within ourselves that we might not have known was there. Hardship forces us to rely on our own inner resources, to dig deep and find the courage to keep going. This self-reliance isn't about isolation, it's about recognizing that we have the power to endure, to adapt, and to overcome. It gives us a sense of autonomy, a belief in our own abilities that remains with us long after the hardship has passed. Through struggle, we come to realize that we are capable of more than we ever imagined. And this knowledge becomes a foundation upon which we can build a life of resilience and purpose. Strength paves the way for others. It isn't just about personal power or individual success. True strength lies in its ability to inspire and lift others, to show them what is possible when they witness someone standing firm, unwavering in the face of adversity. When we step into our own strength, we do so not just for ourselves, but to create a path for others to follow. It becomes a beacon of light, guiding those who are lost or struggling to find their own way. The strength we cultivate through our own experiences can serve as a blueprint for others, teaching them that they, too, have the capacity to endure and overcome. When we demonstrate strength in the midst of hardship, we give permission for others to be strong as well. It's easy to feel powerless when life seems to be against you, but when someone else shows up in their full power, it has a ripple effect. It sparks something in others, a quiet whisper that tells them, if they can do it, so can I. Strength becomes contagious. It is in seeing someone push through their challenges, rise above their circumstances, and hold their head high that others begin to believe in their own ability to do the same. The act of living in strength teaches others how to live with strength. In many ways, strength is a silent teacher. It isn't loud or boastful, but rather steady and resilient. When we stand tall in the face of challenges, we provide an example for others to follow. They may not say it directly, but they see the way we navigate obstacles, the way we handle pain, disappointment, and failure, and they learn from it. It teaches them the importance of endurance, the value of keeping moving even when the road gets tough. Strength doesn't need words to communicate its power, it simply needs action. By simply showing up, we are paving the way for others to walk with confidence and resilience. Strength also provides a sense of safety and support for others. When someone is struggling, they often look to others for guidance or reassurance. A person who stands firm in their strength becomes a rock for those around them, someone others can lean on when the weight of the world feels unbearable. By modeling how to handle life's challenges, we offer a sense of stability to others, a reminder that no matter how fierce the storm may be, there is always a way to hold steady. This support doesn't always come in the form of advice or solutions, but in the form of simply being there, present and strong, offering quiet reassurance through the example of our own resilience. Strength also teaches others the importance of self-belief. When we tap into our own strength, we show others the importance of believing in themselves. Strength is about knowing that you have the tools, the resources, and the inner resolve to face whatever comes your way. When we embody this belief in our own lives, others are reminded to tap into their own self-confidence. The way we face life's difficulties with conviction and self-assurance becomes a lesson in self-trust. By believing in our own strength, we inspire others to believe in theirs, opening up the possibility for them to become the resilient, powerful individuals they are capable of being. When strength paves the way for others, it also fosters a sense of community. True strength isn't about being isolated or standing alone in your power. It's about lifting others as you rise, supporting those around you so they too can become strong. When we demonstrate the power of connection, whether through offering a helping hand, a word of encouragement, or simply being there for others, we create a community that is rooted in strength. This collective strength builds a network of resilience, where individuals are empowered not just by their own abilities, but by the support and strength of those around them. Strength doesn't only belong to one person, it's something that can be shared and passed on. Strength provides others with hope. Hope is a powerful motivator, especially during times of struggle. When we face challenges and emerge victorious, we offer a glimmer of hope to those who are struggling. They see that it is possible to come through the storm and find a brighter day. Hope is contagious, and when we embody strength, we offer others the opportunity to hope again. They see our journey, our growth, and our resilience, and it plants the seed that they too can find their way out of darkness. Strength shows others that no matter how impossible things may seem, there is always a way forward. The strength we develop in our own lives also creates a foundation upon which others can build. When we break down barriers, push past limitations, and succeed despite the odds, we make it easier for those who follow us to do the same. Each act of strength, every time we push through adversity, we leave behind a trail of breadcrumbs for others to follow. We make it easier for the next person to take their first step, to face their own challenges with the knowledge that they are not alone. Our strength creates a path, and in walking that path, we help others see that their dreams are within reach. We make success a little bit easier for those who come after us. Strength also helps us to nurture the next generation. As we step into our power, we show others, particularly younger generations, what it means to live with purpose, conviction, and resolve. Our strength becomes a living example for them to model their own lives after. The way we handle failure, success, adversity, and triumph provides them with the tools they need to navigate their own journey. Strength becomes a legacy passed down from one generation to the next. The example we set not only influences those around us, but leaves a lasting imprint on future generations.